Croeso and welcome back to the Nerd Cave. How are you all? Hope you're all doing really well. Yeah, weird time still outside, so I'm still locked down. I'm still sort of stuck in here with my toys and with my annuals and with my books and everything else that one day I hope to show you. So it's annual time again, and this is one that I've seen online for a lot of money, but I got it for really not a lot of money at all, so it's a weird one. I have a weird fascination with these guys, with the Visionaries. I really do love them way more than I should, and I really wish that I could either get the toys for a decent price or Hasbro would bring them out again, re-release them or something. They're not very good at re-releasing things at Hasbro, unless it's Transformers. They don't really seem to care, and that's a shame, or Star Wars, but I can understand Star Wars and Transformers, but it would be nice to see these guys again in one form or another. But this is the Marvel UK annual from 1988-89, I think, or 89-90, one of the two, way after it had finished. We got it in the UK way after. But yeah, let's take a deep dive into this and let's have a look and see why it costs so much money, or why it shouldn't have cost so much money. Or let's face it, why I absolutely love it, because I'm going to absolutely love it. But let's have a look at that now. So here we have it. It's the Visionaries Annual, as it says on there. We've got a lovely tableau there of Leoric with his wisdom staff, and his lion totem there, with the decay staff and the mollusk totem of old Darkstorm there. Really nice, really good stuff. It's quite obvious these are the same guys that sort of draw the Action Force stuff for Marvel, and I always liked the Visionaries logo. It's all very nice to me, very 80s, but I don't know, sort of stark and pointy, and you didn't usually see sort of pointy things like that. And it's got that lovely 80s gradient, which, let's face it, we all love, and it's Visionaries Annual by Marvel, and exactly the same on the back. But let's have a look. And let's face it, that's nice, isn't it? Isn't that lovely? You've got the whole of the spectral knights there. The ones with staffs, I believe, these all are. So obviously you've got Leoric, you've got Arzon, you've got Cryotech and Witterquick there. Witterquick's on staff and Cryotech's on staff actually, but they are all the ones who would have had the staffs in the spectral knights. And you've got the three sons of Prismos there, aligning, shining the light down, and robbing the planet of its technology, as 'twere. Price £3.95. There you go. That's quite expensive back then, but there you go. I always like the colours they had in Visionaries, like 2-ton knights. Really good, really good. So you've got, not the greatest picture of Arzon up there, but you've got Arzon with a quick Darkstorm, Kravex. They used to do this in Marvel Comics, so these are some of your main characters. There you go. So now you know who they are. And it gives a quick blurb of what to exactly expecting here. So basically, you've got the End, the Edge, and False Light of False Rock. So it's the three issues of Visionaries for the actual comic book in America. Which they did release over here. They tried two things. They released stuff in Transformers comic, and they released stuff on its own. Neither was very successful or popular. However, if you go to see people now and ask people online, do you like Visionaries from the 80s sort of retro community, they all say yes. So somebody liked it. It's just not enough people liked it. But there you go. So the cover art is by Martin Griffiths and John Burns. I can tell you that the opening spread art, so the one we've just seen, is Dougie Braithwaite and John Burns as well. Editor Richard Starkings and designer Steve White. And indeed it is. Visionaries are Annual 1989. So published in 1988. About August 88 would have come out. So yeah, the Visionaries comic, written by Jim Saligrup and Flint Dilley, who wrote the the first episode as well of the TV show. And yeah, it's a pretty faithful retelling of the TV show with a bit more background in this one. You find out that Merklin has gone to warn them and say, oh, the age of technology is over, the age of science is over. From now on, it's the age of magic. For as soon as the three suns align, which they do there, shine the light on Prismos. I also, it's quite weird that it was a different planet, because you kind of do forget that, and you think, oh, it's probably just an alternate universe Earth. No, completely different planet, existing in the Transformers universe as far as Hasbro's concerned. And yet you get the aftermath of everything. This is good old late 80s comic book art, and I do love it so much. It's really good. And then Merklin disappears, and then everything goes to crap. The age of technology is over, the age of magic starts, and people basically turn on each other. Society breaks down and then rebuilds itself in a feudal society. So you have characters such as Recon working for Darkstorm for money, and Leoric and the Spectral Knights, as they will become, trying to help the populace out. And they've all got these very, very handy shields on their front, so that eventually when they get totems, none of the other knights have them, obviously. And then all of a sudden Merklin appears with the really mysterious S-shield, and quite suspiciously gonna be full of a totem at one point, because that's the whole thing about Visionaries. And he puts on a contest and says, I'll give great power to anyone who can come and win my contest. So the Spectral Knights say they're going to do it. Darkstorm says she's going to do it. And then basically Merklin puts loads of traps, booby and otherwise, loads of tricks, and they try to discourage anybody from basically reaching the end, which, you know, most knights don't. But you've got the odd ones, like Whittaquick, who says, oh, I can get through that space really quickly. And then Arzon, who says, oh, I just got to think about this problem and I can sort it out. And everyone else goes, no, you go on your own, Arzon, we're not going to help you. And then, of course, all Darkstorm's lot are all really shifty and duplicitous. We love them for it. Mordred there, trying to trick all the Spectral Knights into going the wrong way or facing a monster. Really cool stuff. And then interspersed with this, you see these. They're okay art. It's okay. It's very stylized. I've come to sort of regard them as being stylized in my time. So obviously the helmets don't look right. The heads look a bit small for the helmets, but it's fine. It's okay. And it gives you little fact files about them. So Whittaquick, for instance, his incredible speed is matched only by his over-anxious zeal to defeat the tyranny of the Darkling Lords. And Leoric, he just wants to build a good society, New Valaric, because who knows how long this age of magic is going to last. And it gives you the magical totems as well. It gives you their staff, mottos, incantations, spells, whatever you want to call it. So Leoric is whispered secrets of the shattered age. I summon you, renew this sage. And Whittaquick says, sheathe these feet of the driving gale, make swift these legs, or land I sail. And he does say it that fast as well. He said it faster in the show. And then it's a Marvel UK annual, so you're going to get tech stories, because, yeah, I mean, look at this picture here. DM Much. He looks like Morcar, does Merklin then. Anybody who's played Hero Quest, I forget what it was called in America, but in Britain he was called Morcar. So story by Ian Rimmer, art by Will Simpson and colour by Stuart Place. And it's all about, basically, Merklin playing everybody off against each other. Really good art in here though, really nice stuff. Sindar pushing over Leoric there, and Cryotech looking at the battle. And a really good picture there. If ever you want to know what Visionaries is about, that last picture there, brilliant. That's Merklin playing everyone off against each other, getting what he wants done. Very Dungeons and Dragons. And the Darkling Lord symbol there. Really good. And then more order of battles. You've got bad guys this time, Darkstorm and Sindar. So Darkstorm is the self-styled leader of the Darkling Lords. He just said one day, he rocked up and said, I'm the leader. And then Sindar, he's massive, he's big, he's strong. What it doesn't say here, and I don't think
No, he doesn't say that. He just says he's very, very strong. What it doesn't say is his secondary characteristic, which is likes kids and kittens. Won't let harm befall any of those, or women or children or anything like that. Also gives the totems. So Darkstorm by what creeps, what crawls by what does not. Let all that grows recede and rot. He has another one as well, which I forget, but it basically undoes that spell. I'm sure somebody will put it in the comments. And then Sindar has by nature's hand, by craft, by art, what once was one, now fly apart. Voiced by Peter Cullen as well. And Darkstorm voiced by Chris Latta. And then back to the comic, basically, telling the story of them defeating each other and defeating the traps and using their wit, the Spectral Knights, to get out of all kinds of calamity. Now, this bit here is very good in the cartoon. You will see it a lot, especially that bit, because it's in the closing sequence. And TMS really did a good job on animating it. And to be fair, that is a really good representation of what happens in the show. I do like that. So then you just see more of Darkstorm being shifty, and then Galadriel and Virilina trying to kill each other, basically. Galadriel getting out of the trap by Virilina there. And then Kravex being an arse, basically. Sindar and Kryatek battling each other because apparently they're old enemies. A vat of spider's milk is something that Darkstorm uses. And then it transfers that obviously Ektar is very clever as well. He's wily. Almost too wily, like a fox. Funny that. And then all the Spectral Knights and the Darkling Lords fight each other, apart from Lexor there, who's hiding, trying to keep out of it. And Merklin, no, not having it. Not having it, Ions. Get out, this is my chamber. And then this picture here is bloody great. I love it. It's all the totems, it's all the, you've got the gorilla totem there, you've got the Firelot, you've got the Avatar of Protection, you've got the I think that's the Archer, isn't it? Or is that the Wisdom? Or the Intelligence? You've got the Armadillo, the Owl. What's that? Oh, that's the Unicorn. I don't know what the Unicorn's doing there, but never mind. There you go. So, yeah, the next bit is basically Merklin introducing himself, doling out the animal totems that they're going to use. And yes, they did miss a trick, did Hasbro. They had the holograms with the animals in, but they never gave away the animals. So you never saw any of the animals in toy form, which is a shame. But there you go. And then you got the origin of the magical staffs. So wisdom, lightspeed, knowledge, strength, decay, destruction, fear, and invulnerability. And then those who didn't have those powers, basically, Recon says, well, where's our powers? And then Virilina goes, we're getting rooked. And Merklin tells them, you will have powers, you just don't know what they are yet. And eventually they will end up being powers to run vehicles. But not Virilina. I don't think you ever see that happen. But they, never mind. Last order of battle there for the Spectral Knights, I think, which is Arzon. He's a daring young Spectral Knight and he's very intelligent and clever. Because of that, he gets the hawk. It says eagle. I'm sure it's a hawk. But there you go. His power is knowledge, and it's a whim, a thought, and more is sought. Awake my mind. Thy will be wrought. And then the big-brained Avatar of Knowledge comes out. And last one, you got False Light at Fulch Rock, which is another text story. This time by Dan Abnett. Yes, that Dan Abnett. The one who does lots of 40k stuff. He cut his teeth at Marvel UK. And therefore you get a lot of him in like the real Ghostbusters sometimes. I think Transformers as well. He might have done Transformers, but he definitely did Visionaries, which, let's face it, is good practice for things like 40k. And some good pictures here. I won't tell you anything about the story. I'll let you read it yourself at some point. But it's all about Arzon, Darkstorm. Arzon's awesome. I do like Arzon. There you go. And the last order of battle is Kravex, who is basically Chris Latta doing his Starscream voice. Very ominously, you don't see his face. I don't think you see any of the Darkling Lords' faces. They really are sort of playing up their bad guys. You don't see them, but there you go. And his power is the power of fear. And to summon his power is, fear, oh mist. No, it isn't. It says here, fear. Oh, Miss Philpit. No, 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 no. It is. Oh, Miss Philpit's dark, dank and clear. Touch all for me with frost-fingered fear. That's good old Cravex. I don't know if that's a good impression or not. It felt good, and that's all that matters. And then that's the end of the annual. But I think for your £4, that's quite a good annual. And considering the very little fiction and there's very little stuff to do with Visionaries around, because this is 1988-89 that this is being put out. Visionaries is done. It's been done for over 2 years at this point. It was 87, so by 89 it's gone. It's not been a thing. However, in the UK, in Europe, they tried making it a thing for a little bit, sell some of the toys off, show the cartoon on various things. I think the 815 from Manchester or something like that might have had it on. But yeah, it just never took off. And that's a shame, because I really love Visionaries. It's really cool. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope it sort of engages you with Visionaries and think, oh, I want to find out more. And I hope you actually go on eBay and try and seek out this annual, because not this one, because you're not getting it. It's mine. It's mine. But there you go. In the meantime, we'll be back another time with some toys or something, another annual perhaps. But do please take care of each other and yourselves, and, you know, stay safe out there. Don't drink bleach, and just be respectful of everybody. Bye bye for now.